Hello everyone, it's Thursday. So a couple of weeks ago I was at the grocery store and I heard a song start to play on the in-store audio network. Side note, maybe it's just me, but those in-store audio networks have quite an interesting set list. Some of the songs that I hear on those are well over 10 years old, and I think to myself, wow, these songs are still relevant? Anyway, so the song that I heard playing was the 1998 single Closing Time by American rock band Semisonic. The song was the lead single off of their second album titled Feeling Strangely Fine, which was released in March of '98. Before I moved to Toledo, I had vague memories of this song, but after I moved here, this particular song gained importance in my life. Some of you watching know that I dabble in the art of ballroom dancing and spent many Friday nights at the Ballroom Company, a dance studio located in Maumee. This place became like a second home to me, and you could always count on me being there from the moment the Friday night group lesson started until the doors were locked about 3 hours later. When the dance party would wrap up, which was usually around 11 p.m., the staff would play one last song, which was dubbed the Goodnight Waltz. And upon completion of that song, as people were removing their dancing shoes and grabbing their coats, they would play Closing Time, since essentially it was closing time. Subconsciously, this song became a staple in my life, and anywhere that I heard it, thoughts of the Ballroom Company would return. Since the recent events of the world, I haven't returned to the Ballroom Company in over a year. Now, they have been allowed to reopen, following the appropriate guidelines, obviously, but even still, I haven't gone back. Part of this is because, well, distancing, but also Fridays are when Game of Favorites is on, and it feels really weird to say this, but I feel closer to that community than I do to the Ballroom Company community. How is it that I feel closer to a community of people where almost 100% of our interaction is online than an in-person community right here where I live? Doesn't make sense to me, but it's the reality. I vividly remember driving back to my parents' house before I moved out here, thinking, I wonder if I would ever get to dance again. It was truly something that brought me joy. And I was so excited to find out that the Ballroom Company existed when I moved out here. But now when I ask myself that same question, I feel differently about it. The longing that I have for dancing isn't as strong as it once was. Which brings me to the point of what I really want to talk to you all about today. My favorite lyric in the song Closing Time is a line attributed to the Roman philosopher Seneca, which states, "Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end." It's the equivalent of the phrase, when God closes one door, he opens another. Essentially, I feel that my draw to the song Closing Time is partly nostalgia for the Ballroom Company, but also partly a reminder to myself that there are going to be more endings in my life. But at the same time, there will also be new beginnings as well. Life as we know it is about beginnings and endings. I talked about that in a video a little while back. In order for those beginnings to happen though, other things need to end. And maybe in my case, that's the Ballroom Company. Now that doesn't mean I won't ever go back or that I want nothing to do with it, but it served the purpose that it needed to at the appropriate time. So I ask you all now, what new beginnings are happening in your life? What doors are being opened by God for you to explore? One great way to explore those new beginnings is to allow them to come from other beginnings' ends. Just some food for thought for this week. God bless you all. I'll see you later.